Hello and welcome back to Allen's Firearms. So today it's the Ruger SR9 and SR40. And these are them. One is in all blue and one is duotone, stainless and blue. Great firearms. I love them. I sell a lot of them. That's why I love them. There's some really unique features. These are the subcompact models or the compact models. I like them because they give you they're more feature rich than the full size. For instance, you see how short the handle is? It comes with a 10-round mag and a 15-round mag with an grip extension. So you can either have a full-size grip on here, or you can have this shorter grip, 10-round grip for concealed carry with the finger rest, or you could take the finger rest off and put a flat bottom on the magazine, which I'll show you later, and that gives you even more concealability when needed. So this is a pretty versatile gun for what it is. It is a little on the hefty side. It's thick and it's got some weight to it, but it is not impossible to carry on you. It's pretty carryable. As a matter of fact, these are lighter than the 45 that I carry. Not by much, but they are lighter. So, without further ado, let's go to the workbench, field strip, clean, lubricate, and reassemble the SR40 SR9. Here we are at the workbench, and this is the Ruger SR40C. The SR9C is the exact same gun except for the caliber. So I'm only going to be doing this one as far as the takedown, cleaning, and explanation of the gun, because they're both exactly the same. So for this video, I'm just going to refer it to as the SR Compact. Okay, let me show you some of the highlights of this gun. It has got a metal bar right there that pops up when the chamber's loaded. So we have a loaded chamber indicator, which is real nice. Okay. Back here, you see a black bar that comes up into that hole to show you, let me see if I can get a better shot of that, to show you that it is cocked. If I pull the trigger, that little black dot goes down. I don't know if that was, you could see that on video, but it goes down. So it has a cocked indicator, a loaded chamber indicator. A couple of nice features. You can see it's got 3-dot sights. The rear sight is adjustable for elevation, and you can do both windage by what's called swaging it over one side or the other. I highly recommend that when you take a gun out of the box from the factory, don't adjust the sights. They're 99% perfect. Adjust your grip. You'll find it's a much better way of getting accurate on your shooting abilities. Okay, it has ambidextrous safeties, right and left. Note that only the left side has the red, you're dead sign on there, meaning when you see red, that means the gun is ready to fire. It has a small slide release. It has a passive safety on the trigger, which I happen to think is a great idea. The trigger cannot be depressed unless you fully depress that button. It's called a passive safety because of the safety you don't have to think about. It's holstered. Gun can't go off. The trigger can't accidentally be pushed back until you draw it and put your finger on the trigger and pull it. I like that a lot better than your manual safeties because that's one more thing you have to think about. On this particular gun, I really don't like the manual safeties. It's one of the few things on this gun that I really don't like. The safety is so small. It could easily be missed when drawing this gun. Your finger can easily go over it. It's very small. It does have ambidextrous magazine releases. It has a small rail on the front. I don't know what can really fit on there. Maybe a micro laser or a micro flashlight. It comes with a short 9-round mag, and that makes it 9 plus 1, which gives you 10 rounds. It has a nice finger extension, or it has this flat piece that comes in the box with this kit, so you can remove this, it'll end up having a flat bottom like this magazine. This is your extended mag. It has this collar around it to make it comfortable. When it goes in, basically you have a full-sized grip on your gun, making it extremely comfortable to hold and to shoot. With the smaller magazine, it makes it a lot more compact. It's still comfortable because it has that finger extension, and this makes it very easy to carry. The gun is not the lightest gun in the world, but it's not the heaviest. So I would say it's a mid-sized person could comfortably carry, or to big person could comfortably carry this gun. There are guns that are smaller and lighter, but this is, a lot of people like the Ruger name, and this is a pretty good gun. So let's field strip this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to slide the rack back, and then we are going to push this button right there down and out, and then from this side we're just going to lift this metal bar up and pull it out, and that's what the little metal bar looks like when it comes out. So now the slide back, the piece out. I'm going to look inside. Inside there is a little piece sticking out. That is your ejector. You're going to reach in and push that forward. Okay? It's right in there. Let me see if I can get some light down in there. That little piece is pushed forward. Now I can release it and it will come right apart. This spring popped right out, but let me show you. If it didn't pop out, it's just a matter of lifting it up and pulling it out. There is a flat piece and a beveled, a little bigger, rounder piece in the front. You have a double spring system. So the bigger spring faces forward. You want to remember that? Okay. Lift the barrel forward and out, and there we have it. This gun is now fully disassembled. You can see in here there is a ton of grease in there. This grease must be cleaned out. So we are going to take my cleaner that I love using, that's Strike Hold, and we're going to spray the inside like that, like that. I'm going to let that sit and break down. In the meantime, I'm going to clean the rest of the gun. So I'm going to take a pad, put this in like that, spray some Strike Hold on it, put it through the barrel. Okay. Now, of course, this is a brand new gun, so there's really no dirt in the barrel. I would suggest you use a bristle brush in the barrel and then use cloths like this. I'm going to wipe down the outside. Now, and I'm going to pay particular attention, as I always do in all my videos, to the ramp and the feed area, because that is the place that will cause a jam. Okay, so that takes care of the barrel. So now what we're going to do is, we've had this sitting for a little bit, we're going to clean this out. So I'm going to take, there's so much grease in there that I'm actually going to take a rag first and get most of it up like that, because it's so bad. So on the first cleaning, you can do this. After that, you shouldn't have to. Okay, so there we go. So now I got the heavy grease up. I'm going to do there's another squirt. So this would be, at this point, the regular cleaning. So we're going to take this little cleaning patch, get it down into all the grooves and crevices inside the gun. Now this little pin right here, that's your firing pin block. Okay, so I always make sure that I can push that in and out easily, and that it's clean. I'm going to clean in there, and then very important, the grooves on each side of your slide run along the slide rails on the frame. So you want to make sure those are good and clean. If you're using Strike Hold, that's all you got to do. But if you're not using Strike Hold, if you're using a regular cleaner, you're going to have to oil them, which I will go through the process of showing you how to do that, even though it's not necessary with this product I'm using. Okay, so that would be that. That's clean. I wipe off the outside of the gun. Make sure it's all clean. Make sure I'm going to lift that up that's that round indicator. You can see there's a red line on there that's bright and showing. I'm going to clean that off, make sure that functions properly. The back of the slide and the front of the slide. So there's the slide. It's finished. To oil it, I'm going to put a drop of oil right down in the firing pin spring, right down in this open area where the firing pin slides back and forth, and a drop on the firing pin block. Then I'm going to take the rag and just wipe up the excess, put some oil on my little rag, and slide it down each side of the rails. Do not over-oil a gun. Over-oiling a gun doesn't help it. It makes it worse. It collects dirt and grease. Don't over-lubricate your pistols. Okay, now here is the frame. With the frame, now this is pretty clean because it's brand new. I'm going to clean it in here, back here. Make sure the rails are real nice and clean. That's where the gun slides on. There's two back here and these two long ones, so we're going to make sure those are clean. You can wipe off the exterior of the gun. Do not use regular gun cleaner on the exterior gun. Polymer tends to, depending on what kind, turn white. The strike hold is pretty good. It does not do that. So you can just wipe down your gun with strike hold if you have it. Otherwise, a little Palmolive soap and a little water, and you can wipe it down with that. Keep the water, of course, out of the inside of the gun. Then you're going to take some oil, put a couple of drops there, put a drop down into the trigger area, and then you're going to get your oiled cloth and you're going to wipe down all these metal parts that come in contact with the slide. Okay, I'm going to clean off this pin. I'm going to wipe down the spring. That's how easy it is to clean and field strip this gun. Now, in putting it back together again, it's the exact opposite what we did. We drop in the barrel, big spring up front, put it in, push it down into, let me show you that. There is a little notch there, so you put the spring in, drop it into the notch. Slide the slide on the rails. The grooves in the back slide right onto it. In. Now I'm just going to lock the magazine back so I can put this pin back in, push it all the way in, release it, and we're done. There you go. The SR9 or SR40C Field Strip, clean, assembly. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Come again. This is Alan from Alan's Firearms saying bye-bye.